It's also now time to switch your phone and any other devices to flight mode. You are welcome to use your handheld devices during takeoff, but laptops and larger devices need to be put away until we're in the air. Once again, it's great to have you with us. Welcome on board Qantas Flight 41 to Jakarta.
And you're in a Qantas Airbus A330.
Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the...
In the unlikely event of an emergency, you should be familiar with the brace position appropriate to your sash belt. Sit upright, place your hands on your legs, and bring your chin to your chest.
Nearest exit, count the
between you and that exit.
Must now be seated with seatbelt or dash belts securely fastened.